Hello, viewers. This is Michael from School Reviews, bringing you a new podcast from myself called the Super Sentai Review. And like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly, in case you don't understand me. Also, I try to do my best not to preach apart during this audio podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback as well. And finally, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will change your adult language. Once again, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will change your adult language if you're under 18. Now, if you're over 18, then you could watch this audio podcast recording. Now, with this and everything else at the way, let's get to the latest episode of King-Ohger. So, basically, the episode starts like this. We see Kaguraga and in his nation, the Tofu, outside talking to a fortune lady, and she was telling him that there's going to be some bad things. The future has some bad things for the nation of Suzume. Some great corruption will tear through the country, and your sister Suzume will probably be in danger from it. So basically, as we know from the previous episode, we know that Kaguraga has a sister that's being held by King Reckless and King Reckless in his castle, and Sugarin. So anyway, after Kaguraga wanted some more details of the fortune lady, but he got a call on his phone, and basically it was from King Reckless. He's like, King Reckless said, "Hey, what's good?" So anyway, hey, what's good? I need you to bring Jeremy Vaziri to me now. So basically, I don't care how you do it. I need to talk some business to him. So basically, Kaguraga was like, all right, then I'll go get Jeremy Vaziri. So basically, he had a meeting. So basically, while that was going on, once again, meanwhile, at the Bugwar secret underground hideout, we see Prime Minister Kamajan, talking to another Bugwar monster that looks like a Kamen Rider, like Kamen Rider Black X, I believe, like a monster version of Kamen Rider Black X, I believe. And basically, he said, we need to. You need to take care of, basically, Prime Minister Kamajan was like, all right, then, your job is, to get the, to find out, to take care of Jeremy and the Rangers, get the 3 Guardians back, and we're gonna use them to figure out what the hell the sugar and treasure is. So basically, the monster got its monster. So basically, the Bugwar monster that looked like an evil monster Kamen Rider, got his orders and headed to do its job. Meanwhile, so basically, Kaguraga invited Jeremy and Kaguraga invited Jeremy for a feast to ask him to come to go meet Reckless. So basically, Jeremy was grateful for the meal, but he's I just have a feeling that this might be a setup. So basically, Kaguraga servant Kato explained 15 years ago when the 12 cicada swarm, tear through nations. Turns out it caused some serious impact in tofu, therefore causing a famine. So basically, the cicadas attacked the farmlands of tofu, and therefore caused a food shortage and caused a great famine. So people got some of the people and children got pissed off, and almost tried to overthrow Kaguraga, and basically Kaguraga had no choice but to ask for Reckless help for stopping the rebellion of of him losing losing his nation from rebels and whatnot, and therefore in exchange he gave his sister as as a bargaining tool. Is basically he had no choice, so basically he gave his sister up to Rattless for his aid for stopping the rebellion during the Great Famine 15 years ago, caused by those swarm of that swarm of robot cicadas. So basically, after hearing this story, after hearing this story, Jerry said, "Oh, I'll help you out. I'll meet you there at the Sugar Castle." So anyway, meanwhile, back at near sofa, we see Yama and Giran, talking to the other Rangers on the computer and whatnot, by video message and whatnot. And basically, Jeremy showed up and basically oh, guess what? Kagura has a sister that's being held by Rattless. So basically, telling him that Kagura is in a tight situation, telling him about the whole situation, telling him about Kagura and his sister's situation right now. So basically, the other Rangers kind of, even though that they know that Kagura is a bit of a schemer, but they kind of felt bad that that his sister is being held by Rattless. So basically, the other Rangers decide to go help, go rescue Kagura's sister, while Jeremy and Kagura have a meeting with Rattless. So basically, in the stupid disguise, so basically they had no choice but to have Giran go rescue Kagura's sister, because they want to be connected to this whole thing. So basically, since anybody believes that Giran is dead, all they got to do is just put him in a weird dumbass disguise, and basically he made his way in a funny ass disguise as a bug taxi or some shit like that. It's funny as hell. Anyway, so basically, while he was making his way to the castle, he saw Gome and the kids, still mourning his death, even though he's alive, and he felt bad that he couldn't say hi to him, because he had to still pretend he's dead. He still had to pretend he's dead and whatnot. So anyway, basically Gil made his way to the castle and found out which room that Kagura's sister is being held, basically Suzume, and basically made it and started to climb his way up to the room where Kagura's sister is being held at. Meanwhile inside the castle, Jeremy and Kagura was basically basically met with Rattless, and Rattless said that, I heard about you, Rattless know about Jeremy and whatnot. So basically, I just want to ask you for a favor, because you want. I just like you. I want peace. I want peace for everybody. So basically, I want you to help me make a deal, make a peace treaty with Defra of the current leader of the Bugwa, and for peace. So basically, Germany said with a confident smile, said that, all right, then I hope you make peace with Defra, but if I do, you promise to let Kagura's sister go. And basically, Kagura was shocked that that Jeremy was willing to help him out, helping out with his whole sister being held by Rakkus, and Rakkus said, "Well, this is well, normally I will oblige, but apparently there's a little snafu with that." So anyway, meanwhile, Gary made it to Suzume's room, managed to climb into Suzume's room, and she was asleep. Suzume was asleep, and Garen woke up, tried to wake her up, and basically told her that I was here to rescue you. And basically, she flipped out once she woke up and started to hit on him. And basically, her scream was here throughout the castle, and basically Jeremy, Kaguraga, and Rakkus went to go check on her, and she was okay. And while she was flipping out, Garen managed to hide himself under the bed, hide himself under the bed from the others. So anyway, turns out that when they finally got there, so basically Rakkus is afraid that turns out that so basically it seems like it's been a while since Kaguraga seen his sister and whatnot, and basically it seems like all of a sudden, Kaguraga went to go hug his sister. Instead, he got pushed to the side, and she started hugging Rakkus. And basically, turns out that Suzume is in love with Rakkus, and she does not want to go back to Tofu. And basically, you see why I can't oblige your request. Because she likes it here, she likes me for some reason. Even though Rakkus seemed kind of annoyed at her being, even though Rakkus seemed kind of annoyed that she was being too clingy towards him and whatnot. So basically, Kaguraga was done. So basically, the others, was able to hear and see what's going on by some special glasses that Garen had on that allowed the others to see, and that was attached to their phones and whatnot. So basically, the other Rangers, so basically after that situation, the other Rangers showed up. It's like, what the hell? We heard rumors that you're trying to make a deal with the Buglass. So basically, Rakkus said, whoa, that's none of your business. That's my business. We're not allies anymore. So basically, that's my business. That's Superman business. So basically, you guys don't have to say who I want to make an alliance with. Since our alliance is broken up and whatnot. So anyway, the Bugwalk Kamen Rider monster showed up, and when a bunch of foot soldiers and started to attack the kingdom of Sugarum. So basically, Kaguraga, after seeing his sister, after hearing the word from his sisters now, Kaguraga expressed his loyalty once again to swore his loyalty to Rakkus, and basically he said, I will handle the bad guys myself. So anyway, Garen managed to get out of Susan's room, and basically help fight the foot soldiers and the monster, hope at the upside, a little tongue tie. Anyway, so basically, Garen managed to get out of Susan's room, and he was fighting some foot soldiers while Kaguraga was there with the monster. So basically Kaguraga, basically defeated the monster by himself, but the monster, made himself grow by eating some special glowing, like some special growing food or whatnot, made himself grow. So basically, Jeremy showed up and basically said, "Don't worry, I'll handle this." And basically, he summoned his Tarantula Zord, and using his venom mixture, he activated the Tarantula Zord's Megazord mode and formed the Tarantula Night Megazord and took down the monster and the craziest the craziest fight, seems like out of some Spider-Man cartoon, from a 3D animated Spider-Man cartoon and whatnot. So basically, with the power of the Centipede Zord that became a buzzsaw. So basically, with a little help from the Centipede Zord, that became a buzzsaw. Actually, a chainsaw, and basically he was able to take down the Kamen Rider monster, and basically say Superman from being destroyed by another Bugwa monster. So anyway, after that went down, Kaguraga was even though the thing he after seeing his sister, hearing what her sister had to say, and also being shocked that his sister is in love with Reckless, even though Reckless doesn't seem to really like her. And, he was still smiling. And whatnot. And basically, and Gil was saying, "How can you still smile after what went down? After all that went down with your sister today?" So basically, and Carpenter said to Gillen and Jerry that don't worry about that. I know my sister's gonna be just fine. I'm gonna know my sister is gonna be just fine and just fine. And he smiled after he said that statement. He smiled, and then we cut to Suzume in her room saying that don't worry, I will get my hands dirty to make sure that Superman is attacked. That tofu will be protected, my dear brother. And she smiled just like her brother. Seems like that Kaguraga and his sister seems like that this has all been an act. So basically, her sister has been pretending to be in love with Reckless, and therefore he's the inside person. So basically, it turns out that Kaguraga and his sister are running a big scheme on Reckless. So therefore, she wants to get close to Reckless and figure out his secrets and whatnot. So anyway, meanwhile, somewhere on the ground, Jeremy and Kaguraga and Reckless was Jeremy said that I promised to get you an audience with Defla, and so basically he's down there. So basically Jeremy's aide, Douglas was there, and basically Douglas was I don't think this is a bad idea. Reckless and Reckless said, "Don't worry, I'll be alright." So basically, he went down the tunnel and saw Defla, and basically the episode ended with Defla staring at Reckless, laughing, and basically this is how the episode ended on that note. So basically, it's pretty obvious it's that Bugwa monster that's able to disguise himself that Jeremy said from the previous episode. It's pretty obvious that's not the real Defla. That's just that Bugwa monster that owed Jeremy his life from not destroying him from the previous episodes. So anyway, but this was a good episode. So basically, we know that Kaguraga and his sister are scheming on Reckless and trying to get close to him. Therefore, they can take him down from the inside. In the inside. So basically, I love this episode. So basically, we know that that Kaguraga and his sister Suzume is pulling a big scam on Kaguraga. Pulling a big scam on Reckless to take him down and whatnot. So anyway, this was a good episode. So anyway, what do you guys think? Anyway, till next time. One.